Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's been quite the day. It's Friday. Okay, we'll go back to last night. I had finished the Ankylosaurus from my grand Ami venture where I make some of my favorite Amis using the colors chosen by my granddaughters. So I finished this guy. That meant I could start on Crocky. So I went through the pile of about 4 or 5 patterns up by my chair that I have lined up for my next few freebies of the day. Crocky wasn't there. I came back here, looked around my table in the craft room. Crocky wasn't there. It's like, I cannot believe I lost the pattern again. And then when I was sitting in my chair, I was like, wait a minute. I put it in a notebook for safekeeping. Yes. Because now I have 2 notebooks out by my chair. One is the Speedy Gonzales notebook, and the other is one that all these penguin pictures that my kids drew for me, and stickers and pictures of penguins. So that's like notebook of favorites, and the notebook's of fast stuff, and it was in the favorites notebook. So I did start on Crocky last night. I didn't get about 3 rows done, but progress. So then this morning, okay, I want to get out early this morning. I'm going to go grocery shopping. And I want to go to 3 different stores. Okay, get an early start because I want to be home when the mail gets here. Because our informed delivery has been telling me that I had a package coming from Utah. I was not expecting a package from Utah. I know someone who lives in Utah. I'm like, okay, what's Lori up to now? Why is Lori sending me a package? So I wanted to be home when the mail got here. So went out and did my grocery shopping. Stopped at Aldi. Got a bunch of things there. Stopped at Walmart. Went in for 2 items. And ended up coming out with this. And it was full of stuff. Now, the reason for this is when I do shows, I have 1 box that is $8 or 2 for $15. And it hasn't been getting quite as much attention as I think it should. So I figured, at first I was thinking I was going to make the sign bigger on the box. Then when I saw this today at Walmart, I was like, ooh, if people can see in there and say, ooh, what's this one? What's that one on the side? Dig that one out. Maybe it'll get more attention. And I figure I could just make a big sign to go inside the lid. So I can like prop it up behind the box and have this big sign. $8 or 2 for $15. So I wasn't planning on buying anything today, but I did. Okay, then I went and I did my grocery shopping. About $120 worth of groceries at the 3rd store. I mean, I've already picked up stuff. I picked up the creamer at Aldi. I picked up something else at Walmart, and then go over to Wegmans, spent over $100. Going out in the parking lot to my car, and I pass a guy who's putting Gatorade into his trunk. I forgot Gatorade. My husband had told me at some point, oh, you could pick up some more Gatorade because when I'm working out in the garden, I like to come in and have a Gatorade. Yeah, I didn't have my day planner right by me to write it on the page with my shopping list, so I forgot. I'm thinking, okay, when I went home, I was going to avoid the 2nd street or the next to last street on the way home, because when I left this morning, going down this curvy country road, there was a house getting a new driveway put in. So on a curve with some blind grade, they're blocking a lane. I'm like, okay, I want to avoid that on the way home. Where can I get Gatorade? So I stopped at a Dollar General. Yeah, Joanna, you know which one, on the way home, and picked up the Gatorade. So got home close to noon. Okay, have some lunch, watch Y50, and stalk the mailbox. Said to my husband, I saw a mail Jeep on my way home. It was going in the wrong direction, but I think it would go north down this road, then turn around, come back, do the south side of the road, and then wind its way around to us. So we should be getting our mail soon. And there were two mailboxes with flags up, so I know the mail hasn't come to our street yet. So we're sitting there watching Hawaii Five-0. My husband's like, mail Jeep is stopping at our driveway. He's getting out. He's walking down the driveway. So I go over and I open up the front door. And he went to the side door. So I went out to the side door and found a box on the doorstep. And I did open it up during Hawaii Five-0, but it has two very well wrapped packages inside. And I'm not sure this came from Lori because there's a note. And Lori never writes notes, right? It says, "Hey, penguin lady, the word's on the street that you have the stuff to fix us scraps into something that someone might want to have. I brought some of my friends with me who are taking a chance to see if they can be made into something special. Hopefully yours, Scraps." And then there's a note on the bag that says, "Do not open until ready to transform into something wonderful." Well, guess what? For the rest of the month, I am going to be double dipping and combining my freebie of the day. And I think I have an eyelash in my eye. Ugh. I'm going to be combining my freebie of the day with Scraps. Okay, I have a container there that I'm going to put them into after I show them to you. If I can get it to cooperate and stay open. There we go. Stay. Thank you. Can you tell I took a dog through obedience training? Ooh. There's a blue. Looks like it's sport weight. It's a baby blue and it has white spots on it. I'm not quite sure what yarn that is. A little bit of peach. I was just looking through items that were recently sold, and I did have a peach and brown turtle that I must have sold. It's no longer with me, so I need to replace. That's a good color combination. Ooh, look at this. This looks like a Shannon yarn. This is an ombre. It's a chunky ombre. Well, then it's, the chunky yarn aspect is not Shannon, but the colors are Shannon. Brown, orange, and yellow in an ombre. Gecko. Chameleon. Blind grab. There's just a little bit of blue. Yes, I'll use little scraps like that. That would make a stripe in a turtle. A little bit of a bluish green ombre. Hometown. Lion Brand. It feels like, it's chunky, like the Lion Brand Hometown. Ooh, a little bit of Bernat baby blanket in a green, purple, and white ombre. Oh, this one's got a label on it. We have a partial skein of, it's covered up, it's from Kmart. It's from back in the day when Kmart was around and Kmart sold yarn. Fentex, chunky, and like an ivory. That you can mix with just about anything. I don't know why this one, was this one misbehaving, Lori? Why did this one get put in its own little baggie? Is it in timeout? It's a pink, chunky yarn. Handle with care. Here's another one. It's a blue, looks like a thick worsted in blues. It goes from dark blue to white, with different shades of blue in there. Blind grab. Ooh, tomorrow's freebie. is, okay, I have to show you today's freebie to show you tomorrow's freebie, but tomorrow's freebie is something that Lori tagged me in, and I can use this in tomorrow's freebie. Ooh, pretty. The Grand Ami venture, the next project, is going to be a dinosaur, and my granddaughter said light purple for the accents, so I could use that. Ooh. Oh, I thought it was all pink. It's got blue, sort of a purplish wrapped around the outside, and there's some white in there and pink. So it's like a long color change. And it's got a halo to it, and it's really soft. The mystery yarns. The mysteries continue. There's another little. Lori, did you have people like send you scrap yarn and then you've combined it all to send to me? It's just, with some of it being loose and some of it being in little baggies, I'm wondering if there was a conspiracy here. Oh, look at those colors. That's a purple, green, orange, white, variegated. We have some pink chunky yarn. This looks like, well, sort of like the hometown size chunky, or like the hobby yarn that I got before. Oops, I just kicked over a thing of scraps. It's not accessible. It's down there. I'll have to figure out what that is and put it in later. Wow. Oh, that's got some glitter to it. It's like a burnt orange, worsted weight with a little bit, 67 grams, F for tassels or something. Or fill. Okay. Purple. Shiny purple. Okay. All you purple guys come out and go over the... Okay. I don't know if the purple is one and then the burgundy is another, or if it's a long color change that goes from the purple to the burgundy. But there is purple in there, or not, maybe it's not burgundy. Maybe it's a very dark rose pink. The lighting in here isn't the best tonight, so I'm guessing it's some colors. They'll look different in the light box. I just sealed the bag back up again and got some orange yarn stuck in there. Let me get my bag. Let me get the edge rolled down so that we don't have yarn sticking to the sticky stuff. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Just a little ball of worsted weight black. Yep, that's very versatile. That you put in a lot of different things. Chunky weight, light green. I see like a chunky striped monster showing up in here. This looks like a worsted weight, and it's orange with a sparkle to it. Yes, I should put them up closer. Here is, looks like Red Heart Super Saver, or what does, oh dear, the one that Joanne's had that Hirschner's just picked up, that one, that comes in ombres too, but just the basic worsted weight yarn in an ombre that is green, orange, rust. That makes cute dinosaurs. Gray. I just used a bunch of gray last night. I have to show you yesterday's freebie of the day. More gray with a little bit of white at the center. Okay, it looks like it goes between gray and white. It's a Bernat blanket type yarn. I'm going to be making some little turtles, some squishy little turtles. That sounded sort of evil, didn't it? Squishy. Yeah, it's been a long day, peeps. Worsted looks like a thick worsted weight, maybe chunky, in light green, aqua. Can't tell if that's brown or purple by the lighting in here, but a very oceany looking ombre. Oh, I think this is the last one. Wait. Worsted weight. So that'll be mixed up with this other stuff, and I'm going to be having some fun. This one was 1.4 ounces. Why am I saying this one? To be continued. There's another one, and it says what the other bag says. So I'm not supposed to open this one up until I'm ready to work on it. So I will follow those instructions and continue this Happy Mail in another video. But yesterday, I made this little mouse. It's a free pattern by Shannon on her website, Amagurumi to Go. And I did fudge a little bit on the arms and the legs. I did them a little differently from what she does. But about a few days ago, maybe a week ago, Lori tagged me in a tutorial of a cute little cape, a hooded cape for this mouse. So that is going to be tomorrow's freebie. I'm just going to tell you straight out, I'm not going to hint, all that. This guy's going to have some clothes tomorrow. This girl, if I do it in like pinks, one of these colors and that fuzzy white yarn will become a cape for this mouse for tomorrow. So I need to get going because dinner's in the oven. Tonight is cod with tomatoes and cheddar cheese on top, and spuds and onions, which it's like thinly sliced potatoes and onions with salt and thyme and a little bit of oil on them, and a can of corn. So that's dinner for tonight, and it's going to be coming out of the oven at any minute. So I need to, as my husband would say, ich de kuchni. So bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Lori. And I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to go play with yarn. Bye-bye.